You ever have a personal training client, you're sure they're going to stay, everything feels good, and then a few weeks later, you just don't see them again? No message, no issue raised, they just stop showing up. And the frustrating bit is you're not even completely sure what went wrong. It usually starts the same way. They cancel once, say they're busy or something's come up, and you think it's fine and you give them a bit of space. Then it happens again, another cancelled session. Maybe they say they're rebook. You send a quick message, everything okay? And they come back with, yeah, just a busy week. You say, no problem, and leave it with them. And then it just drifts. No rebooking, no real conversation. And a couple of weeks later, you realize you've not seen them and they're gone. And this is where most trainers get it wrong, because when that happens, it's easy to think they just weren't committed. They lost motivation. They didn't really want it. And to be fair, that's what it looks like. But if you've been doing this long enough, you start to notice something. That same person will go and stick with somebody else. Same lifestyle, same schedule, same challenges, but for some reason they stay. So it's not that they don't commit, it's that nothing made them stay. Clients generally don't leave during sessions, they leave between them. And that's the bit most PT or studio owners never really look at, because when somebody's in front of you, everything feels fine. They're engaged, they're talking, and they're doing the work. So you assume everything's on track, but the decision to stop doesn't happen there. It happens later, when they're on their own, when life gets busy, and when something feels off. And if nothing shows up in that moment, they're already on the way out. The real problem is this: there's nothing in most PT businesses that actually holds a client in place once they've signed up. You've got the sessions, maybe you've even given them a plan. Perhaps you check in now and again or send a quick message when they miss a session, but that's about it. But outside of that, there's not much else there. So when their motivation dips or life gets busy, everything relies on them. And that's where it starts to break. Because if they're having a bad week, or they're not sure what they're doing, or perhaps they just feel a bit off track, there's nothing there to steady it. So things slip. And once they slip, they don't always come back. And when you look at this properly, you start to see the same things coming up again and again. First one usually is right at the start of the relationship. Most onboarding, in my experience, is pretty light. It's usually they sign up, you have a quick chat, run through a couple of goals, maybe even show them how things work, and then you're straight into sessions. There's no moment where they feel like, right, I'm properly in this now. So it never really feels like something they're fully committed to yet. Second thing, there's not much connection outside of the session. It's just, as I say, they come in, you train them, have a quick chat, then they're off again, and that's it. So if that relationship dips even slightly, there's nothing keeping them there. And then the big one, nothing really happens between sessions. You see them for an hour, and then the rest of the week, you're not really in their world. You might not even hear from them at all, unless they cancel. No contact, no reinforcement, no real sense of momentum. So when something slips, they miss one session, then another, and before you know it, they're gone. So if you want to start fixing this, don't try and change everything at once. Just look at your last few clients who dropped off. You'll probably recognize the same pattern straight away. And be honest about this. What actually happened between sessions? Did they hear from you? Did they know what they were meant to be doing? Did they feel like they were making progress? Or did it just go quiet? Because most of the time, that's where things start to fall apart. Not in the session, but in everything around it. And once you see that, The fix isn't complicated. It's just having something in place for that time between sessions. So clients don't just turn up, do a session, and disappear back into their week. They know what they're doing. They hear from you. They feel like they're actually moving forward. So when motivation dips or life gets busy, things don't just fall apart. And that's the difference. You're not relying on them to hold it all together. There's something there that supports it. That's what I call the retention engine. Nothing complicated, just a part of your business that sits around your sessions and keeps people engaged. So they don't just start, they actually stay. And if you zoom out, it's really just three things. The start needs to be clear so they know what they're stepping into. There needs to be something during the week so they stay connected. And there needs to be something keeping them accountable so they don't drift. That's it. Most trainers rely on sessions alone, and that's why clients drop off. If you look at your own clients right now, what actually keeps them in outside of your sessions? Not what you think is happening, what's actually there. So if a client is having a bad week, or they're not sure what to do, or perhaps they've just lost a bit of momentum, what brings them back? Is there anything there? Or do you just hope they turn up to the next session? What keeps them connected? Or does it just rely on them to sort it out themselves? Because for most trainers, that's where things start to break. If you're watching this and thinking, yeah, I don't really have that in place properly, that's exactly why I built the Growth Engine Scorecard. It just shows you where clients are dropping off, what's missing in your setup, and what you need to fix first. It takes a couple of minutes, but it gives you a really clear starting point. The link's below. Because once you see this, the next question is, what do you actually put in place between sessions that keeps people engaged without it turning into more work for you? That's a part most personal trainers struggle with. So in the next video, I'll break that down properly. What to actually have in place, what it looks like day to day, and how to do it without adding more to your plate.